The NASCAR world is preparing for one final emotional goodbye after memorial service details for Kyle Busch were officially announced following the shocking death of the two-time Cup Series champion. As supporters across the racing community continue struggling to process the heartbreaking tragedy, one emotional moment especially captured widespread attention. Kyle Busch's wife, Samantha Busch, reportedly breaking down in tears while speaking publicly about her husband for the first time since his passing. For millions of fans, the devastating loss still feels almost impossible to believe. Only days before the tragedy, Busch was celebrating family milestones, racing victories, and future plans, while continuing to compete publicly despite privately battling a rapidly worsening illness. Now, the sport he helped define for more than 2 decades is preparing to honor one of its most unforgettable competitors during what is expected to become one of the most emotional memorial services in NASCAR history. According to family representatives and NASCAR officials, the memorial service honoring Kyle Busch will reportedly take place in North Carolina, near the heart of the NASCAR community, where Busch spent much of his legendary career. The ceremony is expected to include family members, close friends, racing teams, fellow drivers, crew members, and longtime supporters who followed Busch throughout his extraordinary journey in motorsports. Organizers reportedly want the memorial to reflect not only Busch's racing achievements, but also his deep love for family, mentorship, and the sport itself. Several tribute elements are expected to include emotional video presentations, personal reflections from fellow drivers, and displays showcasing milestone moments from his historic NASCAR career. As preparations continue, supporters online became especially emotional after Samantha Busch shared her first public reaction following the tragedy. According to individuals close to the family and emotional clips spreading online, Samantha reportedly struggled to hold back tears while speaking about the unimaginable heartbreak of losing her husband so suddenly. One particularly painful moment reportedly came while she reflected on Kyle's devotion to family life away from racing. Supporters online immediately flooded social media with condolences after hearing her emotional words about how deeply Kyle loved spending time with their children, Brexton and Lennox. Several attendees present during portions of the family gathering reportedly described Samantha as heartbroken but incredibly strong. While surrounded by close relatives, friends, and NASCAR figures supporting the family through the devastating loss, fans became especially emotional, remembering the couple's long journey together throughout Kyle Busch's racing career. Over the years, supporters watched Samantha and Kyle build a family while publicly navigating both triumphs and difficult personal challenges together. Their relationship became one of the most recognizable partnerships in NASCAR. Social media quickly flooded with emotional reactions after reports of Samantha's breakdown spread online. One supporter wrote, "The hardest part is realizing their children lost their father way too soon." Another commented, "Seeing Samantha emotional makes this tragedy feel even more heartbreaking." Similar reactions continue spreading across NASCAR communities every day. Meanwhile, details surrounding the memorial service itself continue emerging as racing organizations prepare special tributes honoring Busch's legendary career. Several NASCAR teams are reportedly planning to feature commemorative decals, tribute paint schemes, and moments of silence during upcoming race weekends. Drivers throughout the garage area also continue speaking emotionally about Busch's enormous influence on modern NASCAR. Many competitors described him as one of the fiercest racers they ever faced, while also praising his passion, determination, and willingness to help younger drivers throughout the sport. For longtime supporters, Kyle Busch represented far more than statistics and championships alone. Known by the nickname Rowdy, he became one of NASCAR's most emotional, controversial, exciting, and unforgettable personalities. Whether fans rooted for him passionately or cheered against him every weekend, Nearly everyone agreed the sport always felt more intense whenever Busch was on the track. Several emotional moments from Busch's final days have also resurfaced online ahead of the memorial service. One heartbreaking detail many supporters continue discussing involves his final public social media post celebrating his son Brexton's birthday only days before his death. Fans now describe the family-centered message as incredibly painful to revisit after the tragedy. Supporters have also revisited Busch's emotional post-race interview at Dover, where he reflected on victories and said, "You never know when the last one is going to be." Those words now carry an entirely different emotional meaning throughout the NASCAR world.